about or deliberating on. The country actually needs a third force. It needs a voice that is independent of the UDA group or the broad-based government and the united opposition. And the reason I say that is because there's always the narrative that builds between, from around 2 years to the general election to 1 year to the general election is a two-horse race kind of a narrative. And we have always had that, we are not going to have it for the first time towards 2027. We've had it many, many times before. Even if we went as back as 2007, it was between Mwai Kibaki and Raila Odinga. 2012, 2013, again it was Uhuru Kenyatta versus Raila Odinga. Then 2017, again it was Uhuru Kenyatta versus Raila Odinga. The same was pushed until again we had another Ruto versus Raila Odinga. And now we seem to be having a William Ruto versus Rigathi Gachagua. Because basically you can really pick and tell that that is the person who seems to be leading on the other side, or so he believes. And that narrative, what it does is that it makes everybody else who is not within those two arrangements get lost within the system that is created by such a narrative. And that is why even where you have 5 presidential candidates or 6 presidential candidates, you'll most of the time hear reports about only 2 presidential candidates. And that is where we lose it as a country. Because at that point, because the focus is so much on personality as opposed to what will this person do for us, what is in store for us, what does the manifesto of these 2 people say, everybody else becomes others and therefore they are also irrelevant. The reason why we need the third force, and I really would like to say that I like what I see, being done by Sifuna, Wamuchomba, Babu, Owino, and all these other young leaders, is because they don't fit in either. If they are going to fit in either of the sides, then they have to sing a song of the other person, and it is not really their agenda. And I think for them, they have come of age, they understand how we run politics in this country, and perhaps they really represent the best interest of the common person. Look at Sifuna. When the Gen Zs went to Parliament, and they were being shot, I saw him come out to defend them very, very, vehemently as an individual and said, stop killing these kids. The same with Babu Owino. Those are people who have shown that they can stand to be counted and stand to protect the lives and the common and the interests of the common mwananchi. Why is it important to look at or to compare this third force to what is happening in the united opposition? You'll agree with me that since these people do not agree very much with the current regime or with William Ruto, they are naturally expected to be in the opposition. If they are not in the opposition and they have a follower, they have followers, and I believe in this case it's actually most likely the millennials and the Gen Zs, then it means that they can change the arithmetics of 2027. Okay. And by them even getting out, someone like Wamuchomba, whom I've actually walked a journey with in the opposition, she must be keen and very calculative, because at some point she was with Kalonzo. I don't know what happened there. Then she shifted, joined Wamunyoro. Then I think now she's out of that camp again. Then she mutated again and went to Matiang'i's camp. There must be something she's looking for, and maybe she's not finding in all these camps.
Is it really a third force? Because according to Mr. Barasa here, that he sees